Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at Legacy.com in the first week of August 2024. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Journalist Ina Jaffe died August 1, 2024 at a nursing home in Los Angeles. She died of breast cancer at the age of 75. She was a longtime correspondent for NPR, known for her contributions to Weekend Edition and All Things Considered. Jaffe is being remembered for her focus in recent years on stories of aging, retirement, and end-of-life decisions. Baseball player Billy Beane died August 6, 2024 at his home. He died after fighting acute myeloid leukemia at the age of 60. He played for the Detroit Tigers, Los Angeles Dodgers, and San Diego Padres in the 1980s and 90s. Beane is being remembered as only the second Major League Baseball player to come out as gay, and for his later service as the league's first ambassador for inclusion. Musician Shaun Martin died August 3, 2024 at the age of 45 after suffering a stroke last year. He won 3 Grammy Awards as a keyboardist for the jazz fusion band Snarky Puppy. Martin is also being remembered for his Grammy-winning work as producer and music director to gospel singer Kirk Franklin. Fashion designer Waraire Boswell died July 31, 2024 at the age of 48. He was known for the custom suits he created for NBA stars like Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Blake Griffin. Boswell is being remembered for his stylish and comfortable designs. A note to remember, sometimes personal information, such as someone's cause of death, is not announced immediately by their family or the authorities. When a cause of death has not been officially confirmed, we do not report on rumors. Every family has a right to their privacy. Comic book writer Joyce Brabner died August 1, 2024, after fighting cancer at the age of 72. She was the widow of American Splendor comic book creator Harvey Pekar, and she worked with him on projects like the graphic novel Our Cancer Year. Brabner is also being remembered for such comics and graphic novels as Real War Stories and Brought to Light. Cricket player and coach Graham Thorpe died August 5, 2024 after an illness at the age of 55. He was a star of the England national team and the Surrey County Cricket Club in the 1990s and 2000s, and he went on to coach for Surrey and other teams. Thorpe is being remembered as a cricket legend who was honored as a member of the Order of the British Empire. Actor Charles Cyphers died August 4, 2024 in Tucson, Arizona. He died after a brief illness at the age of 85. He was best known for playing Sheriff Lee Brackett in the classic horror film Halloween and 2 of its sequels, Halloween 2 and Halloween Kills. Cyphers is also being remembered for his performances in such movies as Assault on Precinct 13, The Fog, and Major League. Scientist Tsung-Dao Lee died August 4, 2024 at his home in San Francisco at the age of 97. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1957 for his discoveries about the nature of subatomic particles. Lee is being remembered for his work to help explain the secrets of the universe. Actress Patti Yasutake died August 5, 2024 at a hospital in Santa Monica, California. She died of lymphoma at the age of 70. She was best known for her role on Star Trek: The Next Generation as Nurse Alyssa Ogawa. She also played the character in 2 Star Trek movies. Yasutake is also being remembered for her award-nominated performance in last year's Netflix series Beef. Football player Duane Thomas died August 4, 2024, at the age of 77. He was a running back for the Dallas Cowboys in the 1970s, and he scored a touchdown in the team's first Super Bowl win in 1972. Thomas is being remembered as a rare player who would not give media interviews, and the first to score touchdowns in 2 consecutive Super Bowls. Actress Connie Chiume died August 6, 2024, at a hospital in Johannesburg at the age of 72. She was best known in the U.S. for her role as an elder statesman in Black Panther and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Chiume is also being remembered for movies and TV shows in her home of South Africa, including Rhythm City and Zone 14. Actor Robert Logan died May 6, 2024, in Estero, Florida. He died of natural causes at the age of 82. His death was announced this week. Some know him best for his breakout role in later seasons of 77 Sunset Strip, playing parking lot attendant J.R. Hale. Logan is also being remembered for playing Skip Robinson, the dad in The Adventures of the Wilderness Family and its sequels. Astronaut Jon McBride died August 7, 2024, after fighting Alzheimer's disease and cancer at the age of 80. He piloted Space Shuttle Challenger in the 1984 mission STS-41G, flying alongside Sally Ride and other astronauts in the first spaceflight to be documented by an IMAX camera. He is being remembered for engaging with visitors to Kennedy Space Center for many years. McBride was a U.S. Navy veteran who flew 64 combat missions in the Vietnam War. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 5 years ago this week, author Toni Morrison died at the age of 88. She was a Nobel Prize winner, known for such novels as Beloved, The Bluest Eye, and Song of Solomon. 15 years ago this week, filmmaker John Hughes died at the age of 59. His beloved movies of the 80s and 90s include The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Home Alone. 20 years ago this week, actress Fay Wray died at the age of 96. She was one of cinema's original Scream Queens, best known for starring in King Kong. 20 years ago this week, singer and songwriter Rick James died at the age of 56. His hit songs included Super Freak, Give It To Me Baby, and his duet with Smokey Robinson, Ebony Eyes. 25 years ago this week, actor Victor Mature died at the age of 86. He was a star of the golden age of Hollywood in movies like Samson and Delilah, 1 Million BC, and The Robe. 40 years ago this week, actor Richard Burton died at the age of 58. His 7 Oscar-nominated movie performances included The Robe, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and Equus. 62 years ago this week, actress Marilyn Monroe died at the age of 36. She became a cultural icon of beauty and a prominent sex symbol, as well as an acclaimed actress in movies like Bus Stop and Some Like It Hot. Rapper, musician, and filmmaker Adam Yauch was born 60 years ago this week. He died in May 2012 at the age of 47. He was one of the Beastie Boys, whose hits include You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party and Sabotage. Singer and songwriter Pete Burns was born 65 years ago this week. He died in October 2016 at the age of 57. He was the lead singer for Dead or Alive, known for 80s hits like You Spin Me Round. Actor and comedian Richard Belzer was born 80 years ago this week. He died in February 2023 at the age of 78. He starred as Detective John Munch in both Homicide: Life on the Street and Law & Order: Special Victims Unit. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in Louisiana have been lowered to honor the memory of Lafayette Police Department Senior Corporal Segis Jolivet, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Montana have been lowered in honor of the 75th anniversary of the Man Gulch Fire. Flags in South Carolina have been lowered to honor the memory of Judge Michael S. Holt. Flags in Kansas have been lowered to honor the memory of Wichita firefighter Ty Voth, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Virginia have been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Army Sergeant Mayburn L. Hudson, who died in France while fighting in World War II. His remains were recently identified and returned home for burial. Flags in Wyoming have been lowered to honor the memory of former state senator and representative Carl A. Charlie Maldonado. Flags in Hawaii have been lowered in honor of the 102 lives lost in the August 2023 Maui wildfires. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory, online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.